And you guys are, I'm confident you guys have recognized patterns, probably starting from an early age in elementary school. So our objectives today are identify what is an arithmetic sequence, and there's our state standards. So skip the page. So if I said, hey, I give you this sequence, and I say, find the 30th term of this sequence. So it's going 2, 5, 8, 11, 14. It's increasing by how many? 3. Every one of you could very quickly probably find the 30th term. You just write it out, boom, just keep adding 3, correct? But what if I ask for the 245th term of this sequence? Okay, that's going to be a little bit more tedious. Okay? So we have this formula that we have here where, well, I'm on the struggle bus here. I thought it was going to pop up. Okay, there it is. So we have this formula here. I want you to write this down. I went out of sequence just a little bit. The nth term. So when I say the nth term, that's the whatever number term, the 30th term, the 4th term, the 10th term is equal to the first term plus the d is the common difference. So when I back up here in a second, that's the what are you increasing by times the however many terms minus 1. Okay? I will give you the formulas on any assessment. You got it? At the same time, though, I'm confident before we're said and done, you'll have these memorized. Okay? Now I want to back up here a little bit. So if we go back to this, when I say find the 30th term, we'll do that here in a second. I want to ask the question, what is an arithmetic sequence? It's increasing or decreasing by a constant. So in this case, it's increasing by 3. So when I say it, what is the common difference? D is 3. Okay? So I'll make sure we understand. And D can be a negative. You're decreasing. It's still arithmetic. You're adding a negative. Everybody clear on that? Okay. So I give you the formula. Let's go back to this now. Let's answer the question. What is the 30th term? Well, this is how you would write it. Well, the 30th term, so A subscript 30, is equal to the first term in our sequence, 2, plus our difference, which is 3 times n minus 1. Now, n is 30, the number of terms in the sequence. So we're going to say 3 times 29. Where does that 29 come from? N minus 1. 30 minus 1. Everybody clear on that? Grab your calculators, take 3 times 29, add 2 for me. Pull them out for me, please. What is that? 80, is it 89? I'm doing it in my head. 89? Yeah. So the 30th term in that arithmetic sequence is 89. Okay? Now, let me ask you this question. Just because I give you a pattern doesn't mean it's arithmetic. So if I look at this one, is 5, 11, 17, 23, 29, is it arithmetic? Increasing by 6, 6, 6. So, yes, this is arithmetic. And we know the difference is 6. Here, I'm going up 4, not up 4. So is this arithmetic? No. I told you guys this is going to be an easy lesson. This is going to be an easy unit for you guys. So what if I ask you to write the rule for the nth term? So basically, take this arithmetic sequence and write the rule. When I say by the rule is, it's the formula that you can use every time no matter where I am in my sequence. So the nth rule would be the first term in this one, 6 plus, now guys I got a question, what's the difference? Negative 3 times n minus 1. Now Normally, I don't want you to leave it like that. Let's distribute the negative 3 through. So the nth term is equal to 6 minus 3n plus 3. So the nth term is equal to, let's simplify, what would that be? 9 minus 3n. So that, what that means is, I could just say, what's the 20th term? You would just go 9 minus 3 times 20. What's the 15th term? 9 minus 3 times 15. That's what I mean by the nth term. Write the rule. Make sense? Okay. So, real quick, on your own, I'm getting from my nth term 17 plus 15n. Did I do my math right in my head? Or 15n plus 17. Either way is appropriate. Either way is appropriate. All right. So let's look at this data, or this sequence. I go 6, 11, 16. What's the 100th term? We should probably feel very confident and go, no problem, Mr. Dice. The 100th term, notice how I write this. The 100th term is the first term, 6 plus my common difference, which is what? 5 times. Is it okay that I'm going straight to 99? Because I'm just saying 100 minus 1, 99. And then, what is that? 501? Yep. That one should be pretty easy to do in your head. Just go 5 hundredths minus 5 plus 6. Yes? Find the 36th term. On your own. Go. Right? Times 35 plus 52. Amanda, what did you get for your answer, hon? Negative 228. Do I have agreement on that? Yeah. Easy? Yeah. Okay. Now, it's been easy because I've given you the first term for every one of them. What if I tell you this? Find the 25th term of the sequence where I tell you the 8th term is 50. The difference is 0.25. Find the 25th term. So, I didn't give you the first term. You'd have to go back and find the first term. I know some of you are bright enough, and I'm okay with however you approach this, okay? I know a lot of you go, okay, I already know the 8th term. I'm just going to get to the 25th by going up 0.25. All the way to 25th. I'm okay with that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this information given to get the first term, and then I'm going to use the first term to find the 25th term. So what I mean by that is, I know that this right here, the 8th term is 50. So I'm going to say 50 equals, I don't know the first term, plus the difference of 0.25, and what am I going to put in my parentheses? 8 minus 1, so that's 7. Because the 8th term is 50, so I'll write it. N is 8 minus 1. Because here's your N right here, guys. So basically, 0.25 times 7, which is what, 1.75? Subtract that from 50. So my first term is that what, 48.25? And now that I know my first term, I can then go and find my 25th term by taking that first term of 48.25 plus 0.25 times, what is it? Times 24. 25 minus 1. Jack, you have it crunched?
42.25.
I don't think that's going to be right. If my first term's 48.25, I should be bigger than 48.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally subtracted.
You subtracted? So,
54.25.
does that sound right? 54.25? Thank you. So that's what the 25th term in this sequence gives me. Okay? So I tell you the 16th term is 18. The common difference is find the 25th term. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I would think this. Anybody else think this way? I'm going to do it different than the way I just showed you. I think this. If this is my, if this is my 16th term is 18, I would immediately go 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And I would count that. I would go, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Times 5 is 45 plus 18, which gives me, I'm with you. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. If you're going, I need something a little bit more concrete than that, Mr. Dice, then you would go, okay, take this information right here and go back and find the first term. So you would say 18 equals first term plus 5 times n minus 1. 16 minus 1 is 15. You would take 5 times 15, which is what, 30, 60, 75, and then 18 minus 75 gives me, first term would be negative what? What's my first term? Negative, what's 18 minus 75? What is it, Ella? Negative 57. And then you would go, okay, I'm ready to find the 25th term. The 25th term is negative 57 plus 5 times 25 minus 1, 24. Hold me accountable. Does this, negative 57 plus 5 times 24 equals 63? So it's your choice how you approach these problems. Questions? We okay? All right, next one. What if I tell you this? Find the missing term. 15 something 59. Ideas? Levi? Yeah, so I think the easiest thing to do is think of, just go, you know what, I don't know how many terms were before it, doesn't matter. I'm just going to call this the second term. So this was the third and this was the fourth. You with me? So I'm basically going to go 59 minus 15 divided by 4 minus 2 is 2. You took the average of the two. So 50, that's what you're doing, you're just taking the average. So 59 minus 15 would be what? 44 divided by 2 gives me 22. Now that's not what this number is. That's how much you increase each time. Let's see, what's 15 plus 22? That would be 37. What's 37 plus 22? 59. So it's basically with arithmetic, I can find the slope is the difference. It's how much it's increasing or decreasing by. It's like slope. So if I give you one like this, where I have multiple numbers in between, doesn't matter what number in the sequence this is. Let's just call 132 the first number in our sequence. Excuse me. So we'll call this the first number. If this was the first number, second, third, this is the fourth number in our sequence. So to find the difference, I would go 81 minus 132 over 4 minus 1. Does everybody see how I'm making that like a slope formula? This is 1 comma 132. This is 4 comma 81. Isn't slope y minus y over x minus x? So guys, find that difference for me. It's going to be a negative value, obviously. Negative 17 right on the money, Ethan? So if D is negative 17, I then can go right here and take 132 minus 17. No, I'm not asking. I'm asking for some. What's 132 minus 17? 115 minus 17, which is 98. And make sure you're okay. Is 98 minus 17 81? Good. Good. We okay with this? All right, let's look at it this way then. I tell you the 6th term is 10, the 21st term is 55. Find the 15th term. Again, find the difference. Use slope formula. So you immediately can find the difference by saying, well, the difference is going to be equivalent to 55 minus 10 over 21 minus 6. So I get what? 45 over 15, which equals 3. So if my difference is 3, anybody else want to think this way? I'm thinking, okay, from the 6th term to the 15th term, how many more do I need to go? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 9 more times, right? What's 9 times 3? What's 10 plus 27? I'm done. Questions, guys? I feel good about... Yeah, go ahead, Ella.
I don't really understand.
Do you understand how I got the difference? Excuse me. Do you understand how I got the difference was 3? 55 minus 10 over 21. It's if I go back to here, it's just like that one. Didn't we on this one go 81 minus 132? And I think I called this 4 minus 1. So it's the same process here. I went 55 minus 10 over 21 minus 6. Got the difference was 3, and then I found the 15th term by just taking this term plus 9 more times 3. Let's do another one. Okay? Let's do another one. I tell you the 5th term is 10. The 30th term is 110. Let's find the common arithmetic difference by going the difference equals 110 minus 10 over 30 minus 5. Are we comfortable there? So I get what? 100 over 25, which is obviously 4. So if I stop right there, are we good? Now, I kind of became a little bit cavalier from here. I didn't even use a formula. I just said, okay, the difference is 4. I know the 5th term's 10. How many more do I need to go to get to the 15th? 10 more. 10 times 4 is 40. 10 plus 40 gives me... That is the 15th term in my sequence. Now, you also, if you're not comfortable with that, you know your difference is 4. You know the 5th term is 10. You could go back and find the first term and then find the 15th term by taking the first term plus the difference and just work through the process. Okay? Did I confuse you more? I don't. You'll be coming to see me. It's okay. All right. Let's apply it. The first row of a concert hall has 20 seats, and each row after that has one more seat. So we're increasing. We're going 21, 22, 23, so forth, right? There's 30 rows. 40 students from a class want to sit in the same row. How close to the front can they sit? We need to find where we go from 20 to exactly 40 students. Now this one I think should be, this one's pretty common sense, wouldn't you agree? If the first row's 20, the next row's 21, and so forth. Now this is your first row. How many students are in this class?
40.
No, there's 40. See, this information here doesn't, this is like in your way.
40 students for class.
So 40 students. So what row do we have to sit in for all 40 to sit in the same row?
41. Did you say 40? No, I said how many.
What row?
Yeah.
What row?
21. Row 21 is.
I think it'd be 20th, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So 20 plus 20 would give me the 40. I know what you're thinking, Vance. You're thinking one more.
Yeah.
That's easy, right? So why do I write 40 down? The 20th row. That one's just common sense, I think. Let's look at another one. A student, you know what? Can I go back to that problem? Let me ask you a question. How many seats are in the 30th row? The back row. How many seats are in the back row? 50. 20, 21, 22, and so forth, right? Okay. A student deposits the same amount of money into her bank account each week. At the end of the second week, she has $30. At the end of the third week, she has $45. So this is what I'm immediately thinking this. She had something, then she has 30, then she has 45. How much will she have in her account at the end of the 9th week? Now again, this was the first week. See how it said at the end of the second week she had 30? So we all know right now what was her initial amount. 15, and she's adding how much each week? Right? Now, you could use the formula, find the 9th week by going first term 15 plus, how much is she adding? 15 times n minus 1. And I bet that's what you were doing up here if you were just going 30, 45, and so forth. Let's see, what's that? 15 times, what is it?
120.
Plus 15 gives me $135 in her account at the end of the 9th week. We good? Can I do one more? Never mind. I thought I had. Doggone it. I'm way off. I apologize. I was all over the place today. So, your only homework